Good morning, and welcome to Morning Light Radio. It's nice to be here with you at this gorgeous moment and just ease into our essence as I ease into the morning. Just going to take it easy and allow whatever decides to come into awareness or not come into my field of awareness. And see where things go. Have this tendency to want to fill in the quiet moments. And if you're tuning into this show for the first time, or the second time, or beyond, I don't ever assume this is going to be a particularly entertaining show, though as it may at sometimes, which is not really the point. The point is to open up the doors of reflection, to journey into ourselves. And just to take a breath and be with that beautiful breath. Let be the amazing informant that it is. Good morning to our friend, the Blunt Scotsman in the Netherlands. Although it's not morning over there, I think we're in the afternoon hours. Thank you for your presence, my friend. Thank you for your lovely vibrations as well. It was nice checking in on your show this morning and just allowing some calmness to take hold. Mornings can be quite a ordeal if we allow them to be. They can be very enjoyable if we allow them to be. They are very magical as we transition from our dream state to this other dream state. some different and unique rules to each. Sometimes as you get older, anybody out there who has other thoughts on this, I would correct me if I'm wrong, but you tend to have items placed where you want them to be and where you generally will use them. And this morning, my lighter is not where it usually is. And I was hoping to light some Palo Santo. And so now I'm in this kind of situation where I want to search for a lighter. And another part of me is saying, move on. I think I'm going to listen to the move on voice at this moment because I do not think the lighter is in the vehicle. And I would like to welcome a friend who has just flown in first class, no stops, one-way ticket to planet Fargon. We welcome you kindly and hopefully gratefully with all the customary respects of your planet. Please give a warm and loving welcome with me to the Blunt Scotsman. Good morning.
Good morning to you, man.
Good afternoon.
I think, just to clarify, I think the planet you're speaking about that I come from, I think it will be misrepresented. I think any outward vibration of what's happening here at the moment is this. We're working on this.
Indeed.
Are you searching for your lighter?
To see people that are called to do various tasks, and some of them which I should think is very weird, but I actually don't. Like healing the land, using dragon spirits to heal the land, and other techniques, and using things like prayer and chanting and playing gentle music on their broadcasts.
Yeah, because vibration carries message. Your audio keeps dropping out, brother. It's maybe just because you're on the move.
I'm on the move and I haven't done this stream for a while, so little payback. I deserve it. All right. We have our first comment of the morning from Avuncular Micah, who
Avuncular Micah, our friend's audio is dropping in and out. He might be able to hear us, but at the moment we can't hear him. But yeah, Avuncular Micah saying happy Thursday, and happy Thursday to you also. Yeah, man. Excuse me. But this is what happens live streaming on the move. You can drop in, you can drop out. Just see. Yeah, man.
looks like you're back.
Hello? Hello? Are you there, caller?
I got my collar on. You got audio?
Are you back? Yeah, you have audio now.
Okay. I think we're back.
Say something to me.
I think we're back.
Speak, say
Hi.
anything.
Hello.
Sing a song.
I hope you're happy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
No audio?
Yeah, audio. You have audio now.
Okay, cool. Cool. Then I'm almost out of the the canyon.
That looks beautifully sunny where you are.
It's gorgeous.
Oh man, that's be a lovely drive to work for you in the morning.
It is. It's feeling good. I'm energized. Got some great sleep last night. Didn't stay up incredibly late.
It
Was
makes a bit
listening
of a
to it.
difference.
What's that?
It makes a difference. Just trying to not push that extra hour or two. It makes a difference in the morning.
Yeah, it does. It does. And have myself a nice cup of kombucha
Oh,
with some extra bubbly water to thin it down a little bit. Get my money's worth. Yeah, and it's a lovely morning. I got a bunch of leftovers from last night to take to work. Stopped in a little bit of a traffic jam right now, but really in a nice, beautiful place. Let me see, maybe I could get the camera on it
are
since
you
I'm here.
feeling connected to everything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll get there. I hope.
Yeah.
Let's
Well.
see.
Well.
There we
You'll
go. There
know.
we go.
You
I'll
will
know
know.
for sure.
But what I
Uh,
was going to say was you'll know what's maybe holding you back?
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
oh wow. Yeah, let's just take the day off and we'll just sit here and smoke.
yeah, that's what I would really like to do.
And if you get the call from your wife, you say, "Listen, you know that I might need you to come home when you need to come home. That's okay, honey. I'm just in the office. Just call." What's that noise in the background? It's just Bubbles. Bubbles. That's my friend called Bubbles. You have a friend with you. That's
Yeah, I don't
beautiful.
trust no friend named Bubbles.
Yeah, no.
You better not have a friend named Bubbles. Yeah, it
And if
is.
you do it, it better have a big beard.
Well, you better start streaming right now there. I need to know what you're up to. Yeah, it is very beautiful.
Yeah, it's stunning, man. Really is nice to see that, man.
Yeah, and I'm also going to be most likely beautifully late
Fashionably late.
because it's not moving. Fashionably late,
That's the saying, fashionably late. I don't know where that ever is appropriate.
right?
Well, I was always sort of limited, quite strict time structure when I was working, and then when I came to stay in the Netherlands, it's a big insult if you're late for an appointment here. And what they would rather you do is to go through the feeling of the air being insulted because you're late for the appointment. Don't cancel. you
Don't
cancel
cancel.
you cancel an appointment. Okay, that's fine. Passport. What? Passport. Let me check your ID. Excuse me?
Sending you off.
I'm just not too sure that they really enjoy their free time, if that is what it's called, but they will not be happy if you skip an appointment or are late.
Well, maybe just send some of those folks off to Hawaii for a bit for work.
No, I'm just trying to
They
think
could
again.
and
Where
they
is it?
could
A lot of the Dutch people go to
they
Cancun.
could say they could experience the complete opposite. I worked in Hawaii for a while and I was the only one who showed up on time, and sometimes the only one who showed up at all. But you know what? I assimilated quite quickly.
Oh, I
I
have
learned to.
the new variant. The new variant is here.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's
Of course it
percolating.
is.
It's going from one place to the next. It's a symbiotic
At
flow of.
at this at the speed of migration.
Man,
With
unbelievably so.
the birds are coming back your way.
But that's what happens when you feel connected to everything.
Right?
Yeah.
A little too much connection.
Yeah, when you maybe like saying, "Oh, my back's really sore." That's why I'm so connected to everything. Oh, my bank
Connected
account's
to
looking,
gravity.
my bank account's looking so bad at the moment. Oh, that's because I'm connected to everything.
I'm feeling connected.
Yeah, and humour
Uh-oh.
also. Oh, what? There's
Yeah.
not someone walking up the line of traffic jam, is there, saying need to turn back?
You know, I do not know, but it is not moving. And I see one car. One car is turning back.
Okay, I think this
You
could
know
maybe
what?
just.
I think I'm gonna follow. All right. We had one car just pass. That means they may have done the deed. You know what? Tourney we go. Tourney we go. I've had. When you're late, you're late. I know. I think it's just telling me to go back home. Say F it.
I'm sure there'll be someone else in the office stuck in the traffic jam.
Well,
Oh,
everybody else lives a lot closer than I do.
hmm.
They call in sick. They have other. I mean, when they call in, they have other purposes. I had one guy, and I gotta love him for it. He said, I'm late to work. I fell asleep in the shower. And I said, good for you, my friend. If you're going to be late to work, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I fell asleep in the shower, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I put my Jack Daniels. Hold on.
He talks about having some like shower seat, like a chair that he puts in the shower.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Another one of those, yeah. Another one of those people that, just have a hard time going to sleep.
See that
Yeah.
again?
That's sometimes I'm up later, sometimes I'm not. That's
Yeah,
kind of how
sort
it
of going with the
goes.
flow a little bit.
Stay up and stay involved with it. Yeah, and even if I'm excited about something and I'm tired, then I get some rest. Just go with the flow. See where it
Yeah, just a
goes.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, do it. Do it when you can. Do what you can when you can.
yeah. And it's only sometimes maybe after 2 or 3 days of going with the flow, you're like, oh, my body's a bit, and then
There,
I'm not going to flow as much. I'm going to flow. I love flow. Flow's good, but maybe just not as many flows in a row. Yeah, no more
I'm,
than 2 flows in a row. Oh, lovely, man. Um,
let's see. This
your audio's dropping out, but it sounds like one of those squawk boxes they use for trying to detect ghosts. I can't remember the name of them, uh, but I'm listening for a message from the other side. Do you know someone in chat?
this
One for yes, two
perception
for no.
now. Am I on?
Oh, you're on now. You're on now, but I was just saying that your audio was sounding like those squawk boxes they use to try and detect ghosts.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and I was just sort of saying there, I was asking the squawk box, do you know anybody in chat? And then I was going to ask two for yes, one for no, but then you came back on.
Okay, yeah. So that was in the troublesome area. I want to
So
tell these cars turn around.
if anybody did just join the stream just before that little point, no, we're not trying to connect with ghosts at the moment. Our host's audio keeps dropping in and out because he's traveling at light speed.
And that's actually true.
That is true. Yeah, he said that
Very,
like
very true.
he said that like a lot of things I say are not true, but that is actually true. Actually.
Yeah, I said that like it just sparked a light bulb. Wait,
It
that
just
is true.
it
Oh, I
rolled
think I
off
get it.
the tip of your tongue.
Travel, and I'm hearing runt, runt, runt. So here we go,
Here we go.
catching ghosts. They're back again. They're back at it. So I don't know if I could be heard right now if it's still being troublesome.
You can hear you now, good and clear.
Okay. Well, just listening to this person, if anybody out there, and I know that Avuncular, if you're still on, um, this guy says that he sees things, and his example was um, kind of how the main character from the Queen's Gambit seen the chessboard on the roof. And so he sees things in his life like that. And he said, for instance, like he was seeing a double rainbow, and he's seen it as three-dimensional. Like I don't know, kind of like a tubing type of thing, which is interesting. The discussion was interesting because one of the gentlemen is very Platonic in theory and thought and spirituality, and brought up Jung and kind of delving into possibilities. And the other gentleman seems to have studied a lot of kind of this thing that's been taking place with him, and seemed to have some means, so he's able to get brain scans and people doing tests and stuff like that to see what is happening in the brain when he conjures these perceptions. And I fell asleep listening to that, and I'm still dreaming night after night. And I noticed something that I thought was interesting about my dreams. And I'm left with this sense, and I think this has happened to a lot of people who may, and I'm thinking more recreational, because this is just kind of taking my mind back to earlier times, who may have connected with mushrooms, and they have this sensation where
you think these current projections, the dreams that you're having, is from your experiences earlier on in life from the mushrooms?
No, I'm just so what I was saying is that just based on the few people that I've talked to, they're often left with this feeling that they learned something important, or they were on the verge of learning something important, and it was fleeting. And that's kind of how I don't know if it's today or yesterday, but I was feeling like that about my dreams, going all the like I'm on the verge of oh dear, of like completing something.
Yes, you are.
I'm on the verge of, yeah, and it's just an interesting thing, and yeah, and so just connecting that with some sensations that, when I say earlier with the mushrooms, because I think when you go in with intention, um, it's much more likely that you do complete something meaningful. Although maybe you get, maybe there's something to complete
direction. There's
moving forward.
a lot of direction and focus and determination and encouragement, and this willingness to keep on going with the feeling that you have for the vibration to connect to. But this is all in our extensive thought pattern and how we determine things and balance things out. And what you will eventually be feeling this esoteric connection to is what is on the peripheral It tells you that we, as our human eyes, pick up so much on this peripheral vision. And this is where this true core connection to spirituality happens, not what's in front of us, not what we're studying, not what we're looking for. And it is a moment, and you feel it, and it illuminates from the inside out. And that's why I asked you at the start of your radio stream this morning, do you feel connected to everything yet? Because I know that you can hear it in my voice. It's a tone.
Yes.
It's not one word I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, man. In the meantime, it's always right back to those basics of keeping it basic. Love, intention.
Love makes the soup, I believe.
Well, love and intention and the
I know it makes my soup.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And it sure does. And what you've got going on at your family circle and that energy and what you all do as a family unit to keep that love brewing and stuff like that. And I've heard it on your streams in the background. It just radiates love and understanding and patience and respect and all the beautiful things that come with good, you know? Quite simple in this life. There's good and bad. That's it. Everything else, man, we've got a great imagination, and I could tell you a story if you want.
I'm always ready for a story.
Simple as that, brother. Good and bad.
It's I like the that you brought up in relation, as we were talking about dreams and the lessons from the mushrooms and beyond. That you mentioned the peripheral.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting subject to me.
Well, it's just it's actually quite unbelievable when you understand that sometimes what we are focused on is the distraction. When we all sort of like try and work on these relative terms of what could be distracting us actually from what. And it's always going to be in the peripheral. Because that thing we maybe be getting tied into or flowed in. You know what? I didn't call my brother. Or I was wanting to go to that local community place to maybe see if they need a bit of volunteer work. Or that stuff that's on the peripheral. The real action karma stuff. Not the stuff that we get caught up in and are focused on and are made to do on a determined level to keep our own human existence going. That all needs a determination of part ego, part motivation, all pushed into one place for us to keep focused on a thing. So it's not like we're missing everything because it's still there, obviously. It's just in the peripheral. So how do you let it in? We talk about this letting go, and there's no such thing as properly ever letting go. Because it's you, it's your experience. I don't think there's any one point that anybody on their individual spiritual path of eventual well-being knows when this feeling eventually comes. We're all connected. I can be focused on this thing right now and understand everything round about me on the outside is all symbiotically connected to me and goes through my whole body right as we speak. That's science, biology, physiology, spirituality. Everything is interconnected. And all of a sudden, when you realize that peripheral is a true interconnection to your body, to your system, then guess what? You've now got a sense of self-responsibility to try and interact with this ultimate connection. I ain't just me. I'm everything connected to everything and everybody and everything. Soup.
Soup.
Is it getting the soup made?
Yeah, and it's interesting. I do feel this, like, kind of like this layer of something just kind of being melted, washed off of me, and this connection starting to evolve, and the tentacles of my spirit and my being and my light starting to integrate outwards.
Do you remember in The Matrix where Neo eventually gets let loose from his pod, and in that pod he's covered with all this gel and stuff? That is the pressure of all life dynamics, the sort of thing that you was talking about. But can you remember also, he also had these big wires and tubes stuck in him, and he wasn't properly free until all these tubes one by one started to burst from his chest and burst from his stomach and burst from his legs. Like bang, there went social, economics, our systems, our beliefs, religion, all until he was just left with this shell of a human to determine and feel for himself. That, as you can remember in that part of the movie, you seen the real Neo. He was skinny. He was drawn in with his. He looked really unhealthy. He looked like a shell of a person to what we'd first seen in that up to the movie. And that's what we are. We are that shell of a person once we decide to unattach from everything, not feel the need to be holding on to any life raft of consciousness that you have now connected to some sort of belief system. Let it go. And I'm not saying that at some point you may feel, you know what, that did feel right to me, and go back to any place in your connective past. But for anybody to truly understand where they are, you need to properly unlearn everything we've all been taught. Well, not everything. not everything. The sort of self-indoctrinated dogmas that are all out there for everybody to see as the layered upon layered forms of divisional and separate and divisional spiritualized religions. You know, you just can't have so many gods. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah, the thing that comes to my mind is, like, how do we go back and start tracing the system of reset ourselves?
Your audio just dropped out a little bit there. Were you asking how do we maybe
How
go
do we come
back
to terms
to
that? Yes, yeah, yes.
what, some sort of global reset?
Well, sometimes I think about this as a global reset, going, is, not in regards to the book, The Great Reset, or anything like that.
But some sort of like dynamic shift that's going to make some effective change for the planet and the people.
Well, what I visualize I don't know if that was a question or not, but I guess I think it was. So we'll just run with that. Is what I visualize is like this wave of, static in a way, and these atoms or little bubbles of energy. One lights up, and then three lights up, and then seven lights up, and 11 lights up, and then 17 lights up. Okay, I'm really not. I'm really.
No, but
Thank
you
you.
know something? This is what I do also, and I have done this. Sometimes do it a few times a day. Is project that thought that you're just having of what would it really take for this effective cataclysm to create some sort of effective change on this planet for planet and people. And eventually, after me thinking like this, also, I'm put in check very quickly with my spiritualized ego. Because when I still have so many things to personally achieve on a spiritual level, I've got no place to even be projecting that of how I would wish this planet would be when I can't even fix myself. So it's very important that we don't delude ourselves and we bring our backs down to the grounding fact of, you know what, I will know when I'm ready to be properly projecting this out that's going to have a meaningful effect. Most of the time, we are just speaking about it and spinning our wheels a little bit because we've not properly connected to that core place of understanding that you're totally connected to everything.
Yeah, and if we're looking at it as like on a molecular level,
Uh-oh.
I just use that word to get anyone's attention
But I
who might be
love
listening. Because
molecular.
actually, what I'm saying really has nothing to do with any
Okay.
molecules. um,
On a molecular level.
but we could visualize beautiful things, and I would encourage people to do so. And you can visualize touching people with your loving energy, and you can do that. You can do that right now with all the challenges and difficulties and blemishes, if you will,
I would,
within.
I will 100% agree with you. If those people who would like to project that can truly say to themselves that they can first of all project that inwards and say that they love themselves, they're proud of themselves, they understand connection and purpose. Their intuition is telling them to do so, to definitely be putting that vibration out. If you really can't connect to that part of yourself and say that you truly love yourself, if there's still parts of you that you're even still questioning, I'd say not to put that out. Because your body knows that you need the attention and you need the love and you need the proper hope and strength. The body knows we do this. We do think as these empaths will carry us over any difficult wave of emotion and event, but it doesn't. We burn ourselves out naturally because we don't have that real true core strength connection to purpose. But we as healing agents will always try to do what you've just said, but I would definitely encourage anybody to make sure you've got that inside. And plant the seeds.
Yeah, and we planting the seed. We are retraining ourselves,
Yes, we
and
are.
as we project, as you take action, the action will also take essence within.
Yes.
So it's going to be a complete reflection, going both ways. And the way I put it is, and again, this is my imagination. I'm going to say that straightforward. My ambition, my life's ambition, is to become love. Yes, I'm a weird dude, but that is my ambition. And how do I get there? how do I believe? How do I imagine?
So for us, so you don't need to use become any longer. You've been using that long enough. You can now use the word realize. And these little transitional energy shifts in the dynamics of the words alone are going to take you there. So it's really just now about you realizing
So this is,
you are love.
and I'm kind of talking about a path. So I'm talking about a
Yes.
path here,
Yeah.
and I just use these terms because um, they are recognizable. I think for some people, because if you want to be,
100%.
if you want
100%.
to become a great painter, right? If you want to become a great painter, what do you have to do? You have to paint.
Is to realize you are a painter.
Yes, and you have to paint.
The,
I
the
could
great
say
the,
I could
the, the
I could
great the
say
great the
I'm
great
a painter. I could
yeah.
tell everybody I'm a painter, and I haven't picked up a brush. I could tell everybody I'm a painter, and
Yeah, but that,
if I pick up a brush, I get closer to being a great painter.
but I
If
don't
I
know if there's
pick
anything.
up the
I
brush
mean,
more often,
yeah, but
or or a
the
great
great part,
chef.
the great part,
Yes, the great part
it's subjective.
the
It's very
is kind of
it'll
significant.
always be very subjective, you know. But I mean, what great love or love, great time or time, perspective, and it's like it would not make any difference. It's going to be the karma action wheel of connection.
Well, we got to keep in mind that we have accumulated, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. We have accumulated many habits. We have
Yes, we have.
accumulated many thoughts, and these
Yes.
things take presence and take hold of us. And to take on this particular task that I believe I'm attempting
But as
is
you're, yeah, but as you're saying those,
working through these things and transforming these things. And
but it's also introducing the other things that you would obviously like to move towards, because just getting to this mind space, like a tree has these roots, and these roots have been overworn through the years, and we now would like to formulate a new mindset root system from our brain, the tree, that now needs this other activity of karma and action to start to take over. We'll always find ourselves in this other mind space, always. But once this new root pattern starts to emerge in our brain, then it's easier for us to transfer negative energy, anxiety and depression to these places that we want to incorporate a deeper, more meaningful consciousness awareness to our spirituality and our core connection to intuition, our discernment that illuminates purpose.
yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, absolutely. I love that so much.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna mute myself really quickly. I'm just gonna let my coworkers know that I'm going to be extremely late.
Okay.
1 second.
Oh,
Hey, Am I back?
You are back.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. I just, I just,
I'm not
I was just,
hearing
I was just,
anything.
I was just waiting for you to come back.
I do hear my own mic, but I'll hear that regardless if it's working or not.
It's working
I can't
fine.
hear you, Blunt Scotsman. I'm not too sure if there's any hiccups in my system. Hello to you beautiful people out there listening in. We welcome your opinions. We welcome your thoughts. We welcome your presence. You are appreciated very much. It's very fun and enjoyable to be here with you on this lovely Sunday morning. All right, looks like I'd like to introduce an amazing friend of mine. His first time on Morning Light Radio from the planet of Nebulans. Okay, that was all falsified information. Hello.
Myth information.
It's purely mythical. Nothing mal about this.
I was finding it really fascinating some of the things I was finding on YouTube relating to a lot of religious paintings and sculptures and religious buildings all around the world. The very close connection, seemingly, to psychedelics, especially
Yes.
through the
Yeah.
Christian religion and the Jewish religion. I found two very interesting things that I've been playing on the channel recently, and I've been playing them over and over a couple of times because these people who are dynamically in a field of scholars of religions find it very important that people should be educating themselves about the religions that they are involved with, and also having these very close links to where these mystical and outer worldly spiritual connections and writings have actually came from. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, that is
And you were
very,
sort of
very
mentioning at one
interesting.
point, where we would maybe need to go back to. Well, it may be that we have maybe just arrived at the new Genesis. Not for anybody to maybe proclaim they are any one thing above or under anyone else, but just to be writing things that they are being spiritually led. New hope, new dreams, new philosophies. 'Cause I'm sure these things just
I
never
agree.
stop. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel the essence of the need to
Rebirth.
rebirth. Yeah, rebirth. And I think that's, I don't know, right now my mind's kind of going to Terrence McKenna and his, one of the discussions that we were checking out, I believe, together, where he was seeing this thing of speeding up, speeding up, speeding up, and
Yes.
there's this inevitable moment where something something new is birthed. It seems like, And there's a lot of, I listened to some very interesting perspectives, and I actually prefer to. And there's a lot of interesting ideas in regards to why people are feeling the way they're feeling. And a lot of it is um, sometimes just seems to tickle me in a weird place where, like, it's like things are bubbling up and, the minerals are being separated in a way. There was one that was particularly strange that I listened to, that I streamed as well, where and I was kind of in and out, so I didn't get every juicy detail. Um, where she was kind of saying that at the end of each age, and not in those words, but maybe, but that there's this like splitting of dimensions.
Listen, brother, you know what you know exactly what you're describing here as birth. At the end, when everything gets quicker and quicker and expands and expands and expands, we only need to look into the cosmos, and that's being proven by astrologers what's happening out there. It's like an absolute spiritual, galactal, universal rebirth that we're all going through. And we really do have will and determination. And I truly believe this, that the general feeling of the planet, of the people, is a good connective feeling. We just want to get on with each other. I understand there is a lot of divisions and things to be worked out, and to be honest with you, feel a little bit heartbroken at seeing the ununited state of Americans. I can't believe that it's got so incepted that it seems to be so divisional and over politicized, obviously, and yeah, that's definitely from the outside looking in.
Well, I think you're right, and I feel like here's the problem. I think everybody thinks they're smart.
That is true.
We have this tendency to think we know better than the next man or woman.
You've heard of Dunning-Kruger. I'd put it into the chat a few times, but I was using it sarcastically because someone was displaying the Dunning-Kruger, because the Dunning-Kruger is just exactly what you're saying, is that people are maybe really, really smart on a couple of subjects, but they really think they're a lot more clever than they are.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe if they discuss a certain subject where they maybe feel that you don't have a grip of, they will even just make things up. And that's why I've always said about anything that I ever say, because I know of this Dunning-Kruger, always wanted to check myself, that I've always said on live streams or anywhere that I'm on any platforms, don't believe a word I say, but go and Google search this stuff. It's a lot of the information that I do sort of like put out there is stuff that I've read, stuff that I've studied, maybe form a little bit of opinion, but these sort of stuff can be checked up. And I do think that I'm a 2% expert on everything. I know a lot about the first 3 pages, because I'll only go so deep, and then some of the terminology itself will totally lose me, But I've got a grip maybe what that is, and maybe where it fits into things. Then I can move on to where I maybe feel my own personal life experience has led me to be my own sort of like. Oh, are you okay?
All right. So my Bluetooth went in and out.
Sound like you're
but I
getting
think I'm
hijacked
here
here.
again. Yes, exactly. It is the place, but I think my headphones took the hit for me. Thanks,
Uh-oh.
headphones. Oh, uh-oh. Um,
But do you know something also, brother? We can only do this one day at a
no,
time.
I
We
know
can only do
nothing.
this. We can only do this
Yeah, well,
one day at a time. That's it.
yeah. So I guess what I find a little bit discouraging, and on the hunt for truth, is I kind of feel like so many people are just kind of falling for the old 1-2.
Yeah, we are. We are
Um,
definitely. But
yeah,
just imagine. Try and use your imagination for this little thing here, where it's like on your hunt for truth. Imagine finding out there is no truth. All there is perceptions of truth and how it can be bended or manipulated. And four people viewing the exact same motor accident can give four different versions of the same accident, and every single one is true. There's so much put on true, free. Oh, I've got some brandy somewhere, just a second. Yeah, because sometimes I really do feel that I need my
well then,
senses dulled down a little bit.
yeah, and then I think there's this driver, and the driver is fear, and the driver is often a common enemy that's rallied together against whatever it might be.
It is an
And
an
I'm just
unbelievable
seeing
change.
that people are just falling right into the trap,
Yeah, but it's an unbelievable
falling
chain.
right into
It's
the
an
trap.
unbelievable chain reaction. It's that people get, listen, it really has came down to this, that you almost need to trick yourself and mind manipulate what we are perceiving. Why would you need to go to those lengths? Because experiencing this continual fear and anxiety that is projected causes a certain chemical in our brains by experiencing this through our perceptions. So when you understand this neurology, psychology is all tied together, and you maybe wonder why we're not feeling good, not sleeping well, feeling unsettled, maybe really finding it difficult to connect to hope, any real dreams. What's the point in maybe applying for another job or getting married or even thinking about children? That's where that takes you. And on every single level, wherever you want to look at it, it's a depletion of human nature as planned on any agenda you want to pin this on, or any conspiracy theory fact that's out there. We are all under attack on an individual basis. And when you come to some of these realizations, what are you going to do? Fight back, obviously. It's the worst sort of bullying you could ever imagine. It's that a bullying you never even knew you were being bullied. You actually thought it was your own personal problem that you couldn't connect and communicate or feel confident. You actually thought this was something to do with your character. This has been laid upon generation and generation for years, brother, and we are living through the symptomatic effects. It just so happens that we are in this massive place in a cosmological sense and spiritual and historical sense, where there is a massive awakening happening. And it's plain to see that they're turning the burners up and the division tools even deeper. Because like we
Yes.
feel that we have purpose and a job to do, oh man, so do they. Yeah, man.
Amen to that.
Amen, amen.
Yeah, and Amen. Amen. Yeah, and you know, yeah,
It's the ghost box again. We have the. That was the ghost box there.
you got the ghost box.
Are you a friendly ghost or are you a demon?
If I am a demon, I haven't yet realized it.
Socrates. Socrates will tell
I
you
haven't
all
came to
about.
terms with it. If that's the case.
Socrates will tell you all about the demons that he used to dream about that influenced his decisions in life. Well, Socrates. Socrates.
Is that so?
Myth information, brother. Just imagine sitting on that marble with all those robes on, smoking the best of ganja and drinking the best of wine, taking the best of mushrooms. I'm sure you could come up with a really, really good story. In fact, let's call lightning a
You know
god.
the story. The story is great. The story is
Listen,
already so great.
this is what I've always said as well. The intention and meaning in a lot of this stuff is well purposed. It's beautiful. It's great. It's out. It's away. It's gone. And what I know today, I'm sure I will know less tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I'm at a gas station, which
Sells donuts.
there was a point where, I don't do donuts from gas stations. I have an aversion to donut gas stations.
Why?
I don't know. There's certain things that if I'm gonna eat them, I want, because they don't, like in the U.S. they don't really have. I know, like in
I
Hawaii,
wonder if that's a
I
thing. Is
can
that
go
a
to a
thing?
gas station and get like the best freaking chicken and stuff like that.
Is that a thing though? So if you pulled into the gas
Donuts
station
at the
just
gas
now and it
station?
was like if you pulled into the gas station just now and you had another couple with you and you're going home and you're with your wife and you say, oh, listen, I'll pick up some donuts to take home, would everybody be like, oh, no, not from the gas station?
I would say it depends who you're rolling with. My wife would be like, nah, no. How
Wow,
about no? I'll take a pass.
it definitely sounds like a thing, man.
Yeah, there would be, I'm sure, a good amount of people that would be like, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Well, do you know something? Have you written a book yet?
Oh, damn it. Have I written a book?
Have you written a book yet?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm asking. Have you?
Oh, I've
written
started
a,
plenty.
Yeah, well, the first book that you maybe get published.
I've started writing plenty.
Yeah, well, it's like you'll eventually finish. You'll eventually get a book done because you want to write a book. You want to write a book, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, well, it's like that energy will coincide with. There's other energies that you are actually getting things done at the moment. And once some of those things are finished getting done, it'll maybe be able to lay the energy on to getting the book done. But obviously, you maybe have other things that you also want to get done, and it may be that. But is that just because I'm the same? I haven't had a book done yet. My family took some of my poems and sent them into a place to get them published once, but I know that eventually we'll get a book published also. But I was just about to say the book could maybe be a deeply philosophical book about why people don't buy donuts in gas stations.
Well, it could be like my story, my aversion story.
Well, that could be chapter 8, and the chapter 8 is like 2 donuts. You know, sort of like why people don't buy gas station donuts. The philosophy and psychology into that,
and what to make out of those who do. How to deal with the people who do on a daily basis.
Yeah, especially if you are a
how
person
to protect yourself.
And especially if you're a person who doesn't, and the real deep spiritual reason of why you are a person that would not buy donuts from the gas station. There's no analogy coming.
I just want to set the record straight, in case anybody was curious. Beef jerky is okay, though. Go ahead and get your beef jerky from the gas station. That's the only appropriate place to get it. Don't go to Safeway and buy beef jerky, please.
Beef jerky
gas
and Red
station
Bull.
only.
Beef jerky and Red Bull, all good.
Yeah, no Red Bull for me these days. I had to put a pause on that stuff.
Me either. I never ever liked the Red Bull at all, ever. Wasn't a thing for me, man. Coffee was enough.
Yeah, I've had some.
Did you drink coffee from a young age?
Some Red Bull, some alcohol. Not really.
So can you remember?
No.
Can you remember your first coffee?
No, I mean I remember as a kid like trying a little bit of coffee. But yeah, I wasn't never too inviting, I guess.
Oh yeah, man, caffeine.
They used to tell us if you drink coffee as a kid that it would stunt your growth. I guess the adults didn't want to share.
No, and then you find out that Andre the Giant drank coffee every day of his life. You're like, goddamn liars, man.
Yeah, exactly. And there I am, the freaking runt of the litter. Didn't get my share of coffee. Everyone else was drinking coffee but me. Do you, just out of curiosity, and I'm not going to judge you one way or the other, at least not consciously.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had a gas station donut? Okay, I'm going to rephrase that just in case to make it easier. So, early this morning, you were streaming Angels and Donuts.
Yeah.
Where did you get your donuts from?
What today? I got my donuts from the more expensive place for the donuts. I shop in 2 different shopping centres. One's for bulk shopping, is a lot cheaper, and some other certain items I'll shop in this more expensive place. But it's not really much expensive, just in my marketplace mentality. And that's where I got the donuts today. But I just can't let go of this Scottish thing. The iced donuts that I usually get, they're only 55 cents and they're delicious. The iced donuts from here are over €1. And I looked at them for maybe a full minute.
They're not as good, as delicious.
probably are, but I just why pay that extra money? And it would only be a couple of euros. It's so Scottish, it's terrible. But then I'm looking at the other donuts, just plain donuts, and I looked at the plain donuts, and medication is a great thing for me. I looked at the plain donuts, and the donut said, "No one wants us. We've been here all morning." And I was like, "What?" They said, "We're just plain donuts. Nobody wants us." And just as I'm looking at these other donuts, a woman came past me and took the donuts I was looking at. And the plain donut said, "There'll be more donuts there in a second if you just wait a minute." And I was like, "I'm waiting no minute. You're coming home with me." And I took the plain donuts. They're a little bit plain.
That's a bit.
But I've got some ice cream.
I don't know if you want to try to cut an ice cream too.
Do you want to see it?
If you want to maybe, yeah.
You want to see my donut? Okay, yeah, I'll let you see my donuts, man.
Yeah, little motivation. Yeah. So while you're finding your donuts, I don't know how to approach this, but kind of curious if you might be willing to team up with me to write this book. I feel like you have the knowledge and that looks freaking great. Looks like you have the knowledge and the know-how.
I have knowledge. I have knowledge. Google Translate. Google search. We can work it out between us, man. They're not really that plain.
We could do this. We could do this donut thing. You know what? Where's the scone? I got a apple scone. Compliment to my lovely wife. And so I don't want you eating delicious baked goods by yourself. So
do you know something?
This
is a little bit. I usually would have a donut with a cappuccino or a coffee or a cup of tea or something to drink with a donut. I would never just eat a donut, I don't think. It's let me really taste the donut.
I'm feeling connected with my scone.
And appreciating the sugar on my lips. And why would I be appreciating the sugar on my lips? Because I know I'm going to be dead soon. You know? Look at the smile. Look at the smile of the donut.
That's a happy donut.
Can I
thinking
hear
about changing this morning show to allies in scones.
Can I hear about your apple scone, please?
Yeah, so this is I think day 3 of the apple scone mix. And so this time my wife made chocolate chip scones and apple scones. The chocolate chip scones were eaten first, and there were 4 more apple scones. And the apple scones have small apple slices baked into them, and there's like a sugary drizzle on top that kind of keeps it moist and juicy. And it tastes amazing. 3 days, still tastes fresh and perfect.
Well, you do know in Scotland, we've been making scones for hundreds and hundreds of years. But I think if some of the old Scottish grannies have heard that we are making scones with chocolate chips, they would chase us down at the fire. Sacrilege!
Burn us.
Sacrilege! Chocolate chips in the scones. Oh my God! Have you heard what they're doing, Huey? Have you heard what these youngsters are doing these days?
Now, what if they found out we're putting Cocoa Krispies on
I
donuts?
just thought Skittles in a scone.
Oh my god.
It might make the scone go all sort of like multicolored the inside, you know.
Now that
You
wouldn't
could
be right.
you could colour code your scones, just like have some blue Skittles in one scone, yellow Skittles in another scone, red Skittles, and then whoever gets the yellow Skittles needs to tidy up. Oh, I hate when you play these food games.
The scone's kind of biscuity, and it
Delicious,
has
man.
like, yeah, it is nice.
Oh, they're lovely, man.
Nice reminder.
In Scotland, usually,
Yeah, for a
there's
while I was. Yeah, I don't know if I had scones in Scotland. I'm sure I had donuts. Maybe. I'm sure I had to have donuts.
Aye, it's not like it is in the old days. You wouldn't need to be looking for a scone, son. You would find a scone in every. You would find a scone in every corner shop. But now to try and find a scone, oh, you would need to hunt high and low.
Go to the castle.
maybe not even in the castle would you find the scone, son. I think the scones, aye, be hard to find the scone these days in Scotland. A deep fried Mars bar is one of the delicacies, you know. And that's a chocolate bar like a Snickers, and they just deep fry it, and it's like, yeah, disgusting, man.
Yeah, the hard part was trying to find alcohol in Scotland.
Yeah, because at a certain time everything's closed.
Yeah, and I asked my cousin-in-law, "Hey, where can I get myself some booze right now?" He says, "Well, if you're that desperate, you can go to a bar and buy a bottle. They're just going to charge you at bar prices."
Yep, exactly.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I that desperate? Did you really need to phrase it that way? And
Yeah,
every
it just
time I
was.
go, "Where can we get a good coffee? Where can we get a good coffee?" My wife likes fancy coffee. "Where can we get a good coffee?" "Oh, McDonald's. There's a McDonald's right around the corner."
Oh man.
Yeah, we paid thousands of dollars to fly here.
There are nice coffee
It's not
shops,
to go to McDonald's.
not the Gandhi coffee shop, but baristas and coffee places in Glasgow now. There's lots of different little places you can go. Expensive. A place called the Merchant City, where there's it's just along the Clyde side in Glasgow, at the back end of the main bit of the city centre, and it's all really quite top class restaurants, baristas, little drinking bars, little after hour places and stuff. They've opened up now also. So, but yeah, it's quite expensive. But yeah, they've got it going on. Sometimes you just need to know where to go to find what you're looking for.
Yeah. We. So you're talking kind of over by the waterway,
Yeah, but you
by
went to
like the
Edinburgh,
bridge
not
and the water.
Glasgow. You were in Edinburgh, were you not?
No, we spent most of our time in Glasgow.
All right, man. Aye, well, it's probably about 95% of Glasgow city centre is just very dull. Then you can maybe just find this little bit. You're like, oh wow, hey, this is good. Well, it really is nice places to
Oh,
drink
yeah,
and eat.
we found some cool places. But our hosts, I guess they weren't really kind of into that thing, like going out and
That's what I'm saying.
spending
A lot
money.
of those little sort of like seclusive areas, they're expensive. You know, they're quite expensive. It would need to be a birthday or a special occasion for you even to maybe think in booking up. I love that music you play in the background.
Oh, is it playing?
Yeah,
I can't
it's
hear it
good,
today.
man. Yeah, it's good though. It's like
Oh, nice.
it is like the ghost box music.
Okay, I'm glad.
Like a door closing slowly, like down a corridor.
Oh, I love that sound.
Is there anybody there?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty fun getting that thing set up where I could mess with my audio and
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know up to a point because I fell asleep on this chair.
Oh yeah, so it was successful, and then Stouffer sent me another link, which I should send to you with like a soundboard so you could more easily.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, I was there for most of that, and then I was listening to you guys working it out, and then at some point I just went, man. No, then I started tuning into the mechanic video. That's what I was watching. I remember now. And then you came on, and you guys were speaking. I'm definitely sort of like drifted off listening to the mechanic and listening to you speaking on the Mechanics podcast.
Yeah, that's when I kind of woke up, travel the world mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was dispersed.
Everyone was gone.
It ended up being kind of fun though. So I was able to find a way where I can like layer in sound effects on the go, change the mic, do different fun things with the mic, which you already seen that part. But after all that, Stouffer, I think before when I was trying to figure it out, he was like, I sent you a link. They sent me a link to, I guess, a website that does all this soundboarding for you. So you can feed in a bunch of different sounds. I haven't really played with it, but I go, oh, that's exactly what I was trying to do.
Excellent.
So it's kind of a fun way to be the audio, video, DJ, sound effects, weird. I just, I kind of want to just do some weird stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like we're entertainers, but we at least want whatever we're doing to be entertainment worth. That if anybody's wanting just to come in and sit and just vibe and not take part, but want to watch something and listen to something, good sounds and good transitions and leveled volumes. Yeah, that'll help. Yeah,
exactly. Just kind of having fun. Entertaining myself, definitely.
We sure are.
That's quite successful.
Are you still on the road to work?
It was pretty cool.
You're really late, man.
I'm still on the road.
I know. You may as well just turn back.
You know what? I should actually pull in the parking lot. Kind of slowly drive by the window so they know that I was there. And go back. Yeah. It's kind of, I feel good. I don't feel, but really didn't want to leave my wife.
Well, do you know something? I was actually going to say in the traffic jam, obviously this is a sign, and when people were turning round, I was actually going to say there, why don't you just go home? So you're stuck in a traffic jam, you're actually, not even to preempt what you were just thinking there, but if that's what you're thinking that way, do it.
Well, I'm like I was just saying, I don't feel apprehensive or anything.
Yeah.
So I feel confident. I feel confident that everything is good.
Yeah.
Everything is good. Every, everybody's happy, healthy,
Do what you think you
loved.
should.
Yeah, because I was thinking the same thing, but then it didn't feel like it was what I needed to do. Although, yeah, I kind of would have been happy if that was the feeling. All right.
Yeah.
You hear that? Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I've turned around. I'm going to show you some real donuts.
I know there's this temptation place on if I'm ahead of the game. There's a place that serves breakfast sandwiches and donuts, and they charge you way too much for a breakfast sandwich for sure. And I was getting into a habit of going there, getting like a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant,
Mm.
and then
Mm.
on the side, I wanted to get something healthy, so on the side I'd get a custard-filled donut.
Perfect.
And yeah,
Combination.
it was yeah, and it was like quitting alcohol, and I'm driving home from work, and I see the liquor store where I'd normally grab my alcohol. I go, my foot wants to turn the blinkers on and pull in and all that stuff, and I had to say, be strong, be strong. Sometimes I wasn't strong.
Association.
Sometimes, yeah, associates, and sometimes I was weak. I came double fisting, donut in the right hand, always, sandwich in the left hand, religiously. Not purely myth information. There's some truth to the myth. The myth has some truth to it.
Yeah, but when we say we're talking about mythology and talking about myths, and it's just information from myths, but then when you put myth information together, it sounds like now the myth is not so conclusive or true, but it's just myth information. But that's the amazing thing.
Yeah.
Because something sounds like something a little bit, already it throws this little shadow energy over it, and that's the sort of thing we've been talking about, is these shadow energies over a lot of words that we are actually using, not like even just making up like that one.
Yeah, true. And I think there's
Strange.
like the myth to a lot of people, I believe, is like associated with ignorance, is associated with a lie. Like just based on my like education and upbringing, like not really from my parents or anything though.
Yeah, just a sort of generalized perception of it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how you shun religions and stuff like that because you're smarter. We know better. Back to that.
A hit or a myth?
Hey, well, it's time for me to march my buns into work.
Well done for making it there. Have a good, productive day at the office, man. And I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, kind folks that are listening in. It's beautiful to be here with you. Have a beautiful day. Make it the best. And I'm feeling connected, man. I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling connected. Woohoo!
Yeah, man.
I'll report to you right away if I lose my connection.
Yeah, once you start hearing once you start hearing the angelic noises in the background, that's supposed to happen. All good.
Okay, I'm getting close to that.
Peace.
Peace.